What if I told you Samsung might have just quietly fixed one of the biggest flaws with foldable phones? And in the same breath, they might have created a brand new problem. Because what we're seeing with the Galaxy Z Fold 7 is different. This isn't just another slightly better camera year. We got some serious changes happening, and one photo might have just spilled the whole thing. Or maybe not. Now, there's a photo going around online, just one, and it's not showing a whole phone. All we're getting is the back. But it's already enough to spark a full-on tech debate. The image shows the Z Fold 7 in silver, and right away, you can tell something's up. The whole thing looks wider. And not just barely. It's enough to make you stop and go, wait, did they actually change the whole form factor? But the camera rings, that's where it gets interesting. They look different, more refined, thicker. Honestly, they look a little like the ones on the upcoming Galaxy S25 Ultra. There's also a little design change with the flash. It's been moved down, separated from the rest of the module. It gives the whole back a chunkier, more deliberate vibe. But the part that really caught people off guard? The hinge, or the lack of one. In this image, the hinge is just gone. Not a curve, not a seam, nothing. It's like the phone was sculpted out of one single block. And listen, I want to believe it's real. The leaker behind it, Digital Chat Station, has a solid track record. But this one, something feels off. Even on Samsung's most refined models, you can usually see some trace of the hinge. So unless Samsung pulled off a design miracle, this image might be a little too clean to be true. That said, even if this photo ends up being fake, the size isn't. Multiple sources, including C80 renders, confirm that the Fold 7 will be noticeably wider than the Fold 6. So, fake photo or not, what you're looking at is probably pretty close to the real deal. Now, let's talk about the part that's got everyone raising eyebrows, just how thin this phone is. Unfolded, 3.9 millimeters. Folded, 9 millimeters. That's the thinnest foldable Samsung's ever made. But here's the twist. Some people are calling Samsung out, asking why it's not 7.8 millimeters if it just folds in half. Good question. But the answer's actually simple. Like other foldables, Samsung doesn't count the tiny plastic bezel that rises above the screen in the unfolded measurement. It's just a thin ridge that protects the display when you close it. But when the phone is shut, that ridge becomes part of the whole body, so it's included in the folded thickness. That's why the math doesn't match up perfectly. And look, I get it. Some people are accusing Samsung of being sneaky. But to me, it's kind of like not counting the camera bump on a regular phone when you talk about its thickness. It's just not a huge deal. What is a big deal is what Samsung's doing to keep this thin phone from snapping in half. They're swapping out the internal carbon fiber plate and replacing it with titanium. That's the structure inside the phone that supports a hinge and flexible screen. And it's strong. Like, really strong. The Fold Special Edition already uses it. Now, the standard Fold 7 gets the same upgrade. We don't know yet if the whole frame will be titanium, but honestly, I hope it is. Because with a phone this thin, we're already asking questions about durability. And the last thing Samsung needs is another bend test nightmare. And here's something no one saw coming. The S Pen. According to new info, Samsung's working on a completely redesigned pen. This one doesn't rely on a digitizer built into the display. Instead, it's got built-in components to track the position and movement of the tip, more like the Apple Pencil. Now, yes, you'll have to charge it. But here's the win. Since it doesn't rely on a screen digitizer, it should work on the outer display too. That's huge. Fold users have wanted that for years. The only thing I'm worried about? Samsung's track record. They've been known to hold back features, then roll them out a year later and pretend they're brand new. So I wouldn't be surprised if full outer screen S Pen support ends up being a Fold 8 feature instead. Fingers crossed that's not the case. All in all, whether or not that image is real, the changes coming to the Fold 7 are real enough. A wider body, a thinner frame, stronger materials, and a smarter S Pen. This isn't just an evolution. It's Samsung swinging big again. But the question is, will it all come together? Subscribe my channel for more tech updates.